Hello everyone, Lamau Hearthstone here with another video. Today I want to talk about what I think is the absolute best tier 7 in the game, and I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you by the end of this video you will see why I think Beatboxer is the most broken card possibly in the game right now. It is absurd what he lets you do and what you can do with him, and I see a lot of people not properly utilizing him, and it's a little complex, so I just wanted to make a video on him and show a really great beatboxer game I had on Thorum. So beatboxer, tier 7 mech, whenever you play a magnetic, it also magnetizes the beatboxer. Sounds very harmless on paper, you might be saying, okay, well, I like Beatboxer. I run him in my mech comp, and my ingenious inventor scales a little faster. You know, all my mechs happen twice. That's pretty nice. What else can he really do? Well, you'd be wrong for thinking that. Obviously, he's great on his own in a mech comp, so you should always pick him if you're playing mechs. But you can actually stat dupe with Beatboxer. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you have a magnetic minion on your board that is not golden, like a Moonsteel Satellite or a Lullabot. You can play that on your board unmagnetized, then you play your Beatboxer, then you can magnetize something to that magnetic minion on the board, like maybe an Accordatron, and then you'll both, the Beatboxer and the magnetic on your board will have 3/3 in stats and an Accordatron. And then you can triple the magnetic on your board. Easiest is with Moonsteel Satellites, you just get them all the time. But if you just find another Lullabot in the shop, you triple it, all of a sudden, this magnetic is back in your hand. And not only is it back in your hand, it still has the Beatboxer on it, everything you magnetize onto it, and everything that you magnetized on the Beatboxer stays on the board inside the Beatboxer. So then next turn, you play another Lullabot that's ungolden and unmagnetized on the side of your board. And then you magnetize your golden Lullabot onto the regular Lullabot. Now, your Beatboxer will not only get the effects of the golden Lullabot, it'll also get all the previous magnetics attached to that Lullabot, like the Accordatron. So now the Beatboxer will have 2 Accordatrons on it, so you'll have 4 gold total at the start of your turn. And you might be thinking, okay, that's all good and fun. You'll start very slowly making money, but the only stats I'm duping is the stats of the actual magnetic, so I'm getting like 10/10 on my Beatboxer every turn. That doesn't sound that good, and you'd be right. That's not that good. But there are many, many ways to buff your magnetic, and that is the key thing, because the stats you're duping are the stats on the magnetic minion, so you want to make that minion as large as possible. That is the first step. The easiest way to do this is within mechs. There's a 6-drop. Whenever you magnetize a minion, give 5 $5 minions. That works really nicely because you're magnetizing things anyways, and you'll get 10/10 because you have a Beatboxer on your board. Or maybe more because Upbeat Duo exists and can help you dupe Beatboxers. Wink wink. But yeah, so you end up with this really great big magnetic, let's say like 100/100. And if you have enough money, which you might be thinking, wow, this is great, I get the stat dupe once per turn, 100/100 in stats, but how am I ever going to find all these triples? I'm incredibly poor because I'm playing mechs. That's where Beatboxer truly gets broken, is because not only can you magnetize Accordatrons, which give you a gold at the start of your turn, you can magnetize all the different magnetics that are good. So you can get spell scaling, you can start doubling spell scaling, you can double automatons if you want to play overflow mechs, which is a real comp, by the way. You can start duping prosthetic hands and reborn to give it all the keywords so that it's anti-scam and it's really hard to deal with. There's so much you can do, and on top of that, you're duping the stats every single time. It is so incredibly strong. And yeah, so think about it this way. You have a Beatboxer, you magnetize an Accordatron to the minion you're duping. Now your Beatboxer makes you a gold every turn. You triple that minion, play it again. Now your Beatboxer gets another Accordatron, and then you magnetize another Accordatron onto that minion you're stat duping. Now, when you triple that, put it back in your hand, and play it again, your Beatboxer will see the 2 Accordatrons on that minion, and it'll have 2 gold now. And let's say maybe you throw a couple more Accordatrons. Now you're getting 4 gold every time you triple it. And very quickly, and if you have another Beatboxer, it doubles again. You will see in this game I get 641 max gold. It almost crashes the lobby with how much lag I'm getting from the animation of gaining gold. It is absurdly easy to go infinite with beatboxers. Once you have like 30 gold, you probably can't even spend it all in one turn very easily, let alone in the hundreds. It is insane how fast and how easy it is to get money with just a couple of Quartertrons. Not to mention, you can find a Quartertrons with the Battlecry mech with Bran or something too. That also works really easy for finding a Quartertrons because you're discovering from only magnetic minions. There's a lot of trinkets. I think I end up getting a great trinket here, which magnetizes Quartertrons at end of turn. That's amazing, obviously, with this comp. Most of the mech trinkets are excellent. Anything that benefits from magnetizations is great too because you're magnetizing so much more than you normally would. But it is insane, insane, insane. So not only is he doubling all your magnetizations, he's also doubling all your gold you get, and all your spell scaling, and all your summons. And that works with all the other mechs that enjoy seeing things magnetized, like Ingenious Inventor, as well as the 6-drop mech, which I keep forgetting the name of. It is insane how strong Beatboxer is. And you can do Beatboxer like any strong card with Upbeat Duo very easily. And there's consistent ways to get a triple every turn with Moonsteel, which is what I end up doing, as well as buying minions from the shop. It is just a crazy card. There's so much you can do with it. And yeah, you might be thinking to yourself, okay, that's great and all. He's very good for mechs. I understand that. But I'm playing demons, so why would I ever need a Beatboxer? And that is the craziest part about Beatboxer, is it doesn't even matter what comp you're playing. Because let's say you're playing demons, and you have a really big Wrath card or something, and you get a Beatboxer randomly. You can actually use the Avalanche spell, if elementals are in, to devour onto a leftmost elemental. And what you would devour onto is Technical Elements, which is a elemental magnetic mech. So you can devour onto that mech, then triple it, and it's even easier to triple than most magnetics because you can triple it with Surprise Elemental, get it back into your hand. Suddenly your Wrath Guard is not only duping your stats, but you can dupe every single turn if you want to that 8k, whatever your Wrath Guard was. And you're duping it on a better minion that can get Divine Shield when Wrathguard can't, that can get Reborn, that can get all these cool stats. It is insane. I don't think any tier 7 comes close, except for maybe the econ ones like Sanders and Sea Witch just to help you find stupid stuff, but it is absurd how much stats and scaling you get. Because at a certain point, you don't even need the Ingenious Inventors anymore. You're not even playing mechs for like the magnetics, you're playing mechs for the stats. You just have enormous guys that have Divine Shield, Reborn, tons of anti-scam, a million automatons. It is so hard to deal with, and it's pretty much an Exodia comp once you find it. So I always recommend picking Beatboxer out of the tier 7 options. You see here, I pick it at the start of the game, before I even know I'm going mechs, because it's so good that I'm happy to force mechs when I have it. It is crazy strong. So I'll let the rest of the game play out, but long story short, once you get a Beatboxer, first things you should do is look for magnetic triples that you can use to stat dupe, as well as putting all your magnetics on a magnetic minion so that you can dupe it later in the future. Quartertrons are premium because you want to start making money, and that's the easiest way to make money. So are Moonsteels, because that's the easiest mech to magnetize onto and get back in your hand, guaranteed. And yeah, Upbeat Duo is always great to dupe things. Inventor is good in the early game just to give you some stats and stuff too, help you get out to the late game. But it is a crazy, crazy strong tier 7. And not only are mechs already strong on their own, but this tier 7 absolutely breaks them. And yeah, if you want to go for like a new stat record, this is the card to do it. There's very few cards that go as exponential as this does. And it saves all the stats too because it's outside of combat. It is absurd. So yeah. Hopefully this helped. I would recommend watching this game because I actually have an incredibly tense final fight against another exponential comp. So highly recommend watching that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Beatboxer, talk about what an insane card it is, and show you guys a little bit how to stat dupe with it. Because it's not intuitive. Magnetizing onto a magnetic minion that you play on the board doesn't sound good on paper. You want to magnetize to minions like Hollow Rover and stuff that can do things. But at the end of the day, it's just so much better to stat tube. No matter what you're doing, always try to stat tube with Beatboxer. Unless you like truly have no board space, no way to get magnetics, you just will be larger in everything you do if you're able to stat tube. So yeah, hopefully this helped you understand why sometimes players have screenshots of them getting millions and millions of gold at start of turn with Beatboxer. Kind of the idea behind it, how to play Beatboxer, and yeah, hopefully this lets you abuse Beatboxer in your future games. And thank you so much for watching. I'll let the rest of the video play.
battle ahead? You have gathered quite a powerful force. Triple has appeared. How lucky you. Cry. I don't cry. That one is sure to lead you to victory. That one is sure to lead you to victory. Are you prepared for the battle ahead? Are you prepared for the battle ahead? Ah, luck is on your side tonight. I have watched Omens defeat time and time again, and this is just as thrilling. Are you prepared for the battle ahead? Are you prepared for the battle ahead? You have gathered quite a powerful force. It would be unwise to go in empty-handed.